Hi viewers, this is Dr. Gunamani Jana and you are most welcome to our video lectures on OOPS through Java. And this is the third video in this series. Actually, the subject is Object-Oriented Analysis and Design using UML. The last two units are related to Java. In the first two videos, we have given the basics of Java and object-oriented programming. In our last video, the second video, we have given some programs in Java, basic programs and how to run all the things. In this video, mainly we'll be covering some more details about this Java, right? Now, before this, we have seen the already the advantages of encapsulation and what is encapsulation, disadvantages of encapsulation. All the things are there, and the disadvantage of encapsulation, very few things are there. It can lead to increased complexity, especially if it is not used properly, and it can make more difficult to understand how the system works and may limit the flexibility of the implementation. So otherwise, we have a lot of advantages like data hiding, increased flexibility, reusability, testing code is easy, and freedom to programmer in implementing the details of the system. So these are things already studied. Now, let us start with a class, and now I am to use this getter and setter, all the things. Okay, this is the private is using to hide the data. Now I define a class. Class is name, and you remember that what is the class name. Always try to put the file name is the same. So you can put the file name as name.java file. Fine. Then I define the class name. Class is name. The curly braces starts private integer age, and private is here to use the to hide the data because public means anybody can see. Then using the getter, say suppose I want to get the age, say public integer get age. So get age set age we can put it here. Get age, so return age for the setter method. Public void set age integer age, and here we'll try to get this dot age is equal to age. So this is the way we'll run a practical program to do all these things. Now, this is the thing. This is the class name we have given, and in the driver class, how do you do? Suppose I put the class name is array1. So the main function starts here, public static void main string and the array here and arguments, right? And the name, I create object n1 is equal to new name. You can see it here, name n1 the object is created here, this one, that is new name, and n1 set dot age is equal to 19. Suppose I said the age of the student is 19. So I told you two, one is the set method and another the get method. So using set, I set the age. Now assigned it 19 years. Then system dot out print line, this age of the person. So what is there in the quotation? It will be as that is not done. Then plus n1 dot. What is the n1? N1 is the object we created. So now we put dot get age. Try to understand. In the set age, I set or assign the age. In the get age, get method, we can display these things. This is the things we understand. Then the last one is the inheritance. Java inheritance is an important pillar of object-oriented programming. You know it. And it is the mechanism in Java by which one class is allowed to inherit the features of another classes. So this is the thing we are worried about the inheritance, right? So we can inherit the properties, right? In Java, inheritance means creating new classes based on the existing one. That is the meaning of the inheritance. Then a class that inherits from another class can reuse the methods and fields of that class. That is the things, the reusability, the concept. In addition, we can add new fields and methods to it. That means what is the existing we can inherit, and in addition we can add also new things. Okay, so it is the reusability. So why do we need this Java inheritance? First is the code reusability, you can clearly understand now. Second one is the method overloading, overriding, and also the abstraction. So these are the reason why we go for these no uh, things inheritance, right? Then code reusability, as you understand that, because what is the fields are there and what are the things are there, we can reuse. That is inherit the property. The method of overriding. Method overriding, it is achieved or it is achievable only through the inheritance. It is one of the ways by which Java achieves runtime polymorphism. For achieving the runtime polymorphism, we need this method overriding. In abstraction, the concept of abstract or we do not have to provide all the details is achieved through the inheritance. Okay, that is the abstraction only shows the functionality to the user, not all the details. Then important terminology that use in the Java inheritance. In the Java inheritance, you use the following the terminology. First one is the class. You understand what is a super class or parent class, or what is a subclass and child class. Now by then you understand, and the reusability. So these are the things you understand. Then we go for the polymorphism. Polymorphism in briefly, I have told you that poly means many, morphism means form. What is the thing? The same thing, it can be used for different purposes. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, define one interface and have multiple implementations for that one. See an example here. We have two type of polymorphism: the compiler time polymorphism, second one the runtime polymorphism, right? So compile time polymorphism, second one is the runtime polymorphism. Let us see what is the difference between these things and what we are going to do there. The compile time polymorphism in Java, it is also known as the static polymorphism. This type of polymorphism is achieved by function overloading or operator overloading, but Java does not support the operator overloading. So function overloading, we can do all things, or method overloading, whatever you say. Then function overloading or the method overloading, what is this? When there are multiple functions with the same name. Try to understand why the overloading means same time again I used again and again. When there are multiple functions or methods with the same name but different parameters, then these functions are said to be overloaded. We called it the method overloading or function overloading. Functions can be overloaded by changes in the number of arguments or and slash and a chapter in the okay. Now what is the function overloading? So it is a feature in the C++. The multiple functions can have the same name. This is already existing, and the C++ was a object oriented, and this Java is purely object oriented, right? Now let us see the operator overloading. What is this operator overloading and how it works? The operator overloading. Yeah, this part I need to remove. Okay, delete. In this operator overloading, this is also a feature in C++. For the operators such as plus, minus, multiplication, you know all the different type of operators. These can be given additional meaning when applied to user-defined data types. And not only for addition, it can be used for concatenation, it can be used for some other things. Similarly, the template, it is also a powerful feature in the C++ that allows us to write generic functions and classes. So this is the things we learned about the compile runtime. Then we go for the runtime polymorphism. It is also known as a dynamic method of dispatch. Dynamic method dispatch. It is a process in which a function calls to the overridden method is resolved at the runtime. Okay, and this type of polymorphism is achieved by the method overriding. Then method, what is this method overriding? Let us have a look at this method overriding. The method overriding, on the other hand, occurs when a derived class has a definition for one of the member functions of the base classes. That base function is said to be overridden. So now let us have some look at all the things, how these things are happening. Now, subtype or runtime polymorphism, let us have a look on these things. What is this virtual functions? Let us have an idea about that one. This virtual function, it allows an object of a derived class to behave as if it were an object of the base class. Let us understand. The derived class can override the virtual functions of the base classes to provide its own implementations. That is the things why we go for these things, runtime polymorphism. Then we have seen this diagram. We have divided the polymorphism into compile time or the runtime. And the runtime, in the compile time, it is the function overloading, operator overloading, but operator overloading is not there in Java. Then runtime, we divide into only virtual functions, right? So these are the idea about all the things. Then coming to the advantages, there are code reusability, improves readability. Okay, so this much of things are there. Then supports dynamic binding, enables. These are some of the things, and disadvantages. It can take more difficult to understand unless it is properly done. Okay, this may lead to performance issue also. Okay, so these are the things. Then other things are there. This Java syntax is very simple. For its simplicity, it is known. It is simple to write, debug, and maintain. Robustness, Java language is robust, which means reliable. It is developed in such a way that it puts a lot of effort into checking errors as early as possible. That is why the Java compiler is able to detect even those errors that are not easily detected by another programming language. That's why it is the robust, right? Second, the security. In Java, we don't have pointers, and the main thing in C, so we cannot access out of bound arrays. That is shown is our that array index out of bound exception. These things are there. Then distributed, we can create distributed applications using the Java programming languages like the RMI remote method invocation and also EJB enterprise Java means. Then we have the multi-threading. Java supports multi-threading, enabling the concurrent execution of multiple parts of a program. So this is one of the advantages feature. Then the portability. As we know that Java, while we are compiling using the interpreter, then it is converted to the bytecode. This bytecode, once it is done, then it is your platform independence. So you try to run anywhere in any once it is compiled, then you run in Windows based, you run in your Linux based or whatever things it will run because every no operating system where the Java is installed, they have their own Java virtual machine, so there will no problem running. Okay. Then high performance Java architecture, if you see, it is defined in such a way but it reduces the overhead during the runtime and at the same time it uses the JIT compiler just in time where the compiler compiles codes on demand basis instead of doing the entire things on demand we do. So if you want to master Java, so okay, this is the different things. How Java code is executed that already we have shown the demonstration. This is the thing. Then first we create a program, then compile the program, then running the program. This is the things we have already given demonstration to you in our previous video. Then we have some concept of this JVM, the Java Virtual Machine. The Java Virtual Machine is an integral part of any Java platform, and it is responsible for executing Java bytecode. So Java bytecode it will be converted to machine code, which the computer can understand. That is done using the JVM. So it ensures that the output of Java program is consistent across different platforms. So you write in Windows, it will run in Linux or any other things, Mac operating system. So how do first you write to a program using any of the editor or notepad, whatever things you like. Then compile using the JavaScript compiler. That is by default it will be there with all the JDK kit. And the runtime phase, the JVM executes the bytecode into the machine languages. Okay. So these are the things there. This is the job of this JVM. Then bytecode, there what is the importance of this bytecode? Bytecode is just like a intermediate representations of Java code. Java high level language you are writing Java, but that machine cannot understand. So once you compile, it is converted to bytecode. Okay, this is generated by the Java compiler, and it is platform independent and can be executed by any JVM. That is the important thing to understand. Then we need something JDK. While we are using this term JDK, Java Development Kit, so we learn about bytecode and JVM. So as the name suggests, it is complete Java development kit. Complete Java development kit that includes everything, including the compiler, Java runtime environment, JRE, and also Java debuggers, and also Java docs, etc. Everything will be there. So for these things, we need to install the JDK. But the different versions are available. What is the version? You put it there. Then the JRE or the Java runtime environment. JDK includes also the JRE. JRE installations on our computers allow the Java program to run. However, we cannot compile it. And JRE includes a browser. Also, the JVM, Java Virtual Machine, applet support, and also plugins. For running Java programs, a compiler needs JRE. Okay. Then the garbage collector in Java, the programmers cannot delete the objects. That is the thing. In Java, programmers cannot delete the objects. To delete or recollect that memory, JVM has a program called collection or collector. Garbage collector can uh, recollect the objects that are not referenced for time. So Java makes the life of the programmer easy by handling memory management. However, the programmer should be careful about their code, whether they are using the objects that have been used for a long time. But using by default the garbage collector will delete that one, right? Then the class path. Why this class path? Because while you are installing Java, you have to set the class path. You know why it is important. The class path is the path file or file path where the Java runtime and Java compiler look for the .class files, because when we compile, a class file is created. So suppose it is say or even .java, when it is compiled it become or even .class. So by default JDK provides many libraries, and if we want to include external libraries, then they should be added to the class path. Okay, basically everything in a Java is represented in the class of an object, including the main function, right? Then we understand by this time what is the bytecode and what is the machine code. So the machine code which the CPU can run, try to understand, and bytecode what is actually after the compiler, what is generated, that is the bytecode. Okay, this bytecode to convert to machine code, we need JVM, Java Virtual Machine. The machine code means it will be 0 and 1 like that. Then if you see the difference between the bytecode and machine code, bytecode consists of binary, hexadecimal, macros, instruction, like new, add, swap, etc. This your machine language cannot understand. So machine code is consistent of binary instructor 0 and 1 which the CPU can run. Then bytecode is considered as the intermediate level of code, whereas the machine code is considered as the low level of code. Okay. And bytecode is non-runnable code. You cannot run the bytecode directly, but machine code is a set of instruction in the machine languages to the binary format, which directly can be executed by the CPU. Next point is bytecode is executed by the Java Virtual Machine or VM, then the CPU will run it. And machine code is not executed by the virtual machine; it is directly executed by. See, these are some of the differences you can remember. If a question you can answer. Then there are some advantages of Java, like the platform independent, object oriented, security, large community to support you, and enterprise level application also we can create and run. Then disadvantages, the performance Java can be little slower in comparison to C++ due to it uses the virtual machine and additional things. Then the memory management, as I told you, that garbage collection and everything is there, so it will be little slower. Then the important things we will be going for this arrays. So before we go for the arrays, let us have some program. Let us run some more program. Then in our next video, we'll be going for this arrays. Okay. So now to run this program, as I told you that we must have the Java JDK is installed. So the version what you are installing, it is there in our system. Then we just type the CMD here in the search. You type CMD. Once you type CMD, you enters there, and here you write code space dot dot. And once we enter, we can see the it is coming here. Then what you need to go to the file. In the file, go to open folder. In the open folder, which folder you created all things, you open that one. I actually created in the Java program. So once you open, how many files are there, Java files are there, so by default it will be there, right? Now one by one we'll run all the things and we'll check the things are there or not, right? Suppose you go for a sample.java. Let's say I created a program. The program name is sample. It's clear. So sample.java. Okay. Or before that, we can go for another thing. Rectangle demo.java. So I want to find the area of a rectangle. How you do all the things? Say because the file name is rectangle. Try to understand. Or you can see rectangle demo. Can you see rectangle demo.java? Now what I have done? Uh, class I have given rectangle, and the variable I put it here length and breadth, because their length will be something point something. That's why I put it the data type double length and double breadth. All the things we put it inside the curly braces. Then we create the actual class rectangle demo. Class rectangle demo. Here public static void main string arguments. The main method start here. The rectangle, my rectangle. You create a object my rectangle for this new rectangle using this new of the rectangle class, and double area. I want to calculate the area. So area you declare a variable and the data type is double. Then assign values to my rectangles instance variables. For example, you understand my rectangle is the object you created. So my rectangle dot length, which is equal to 10. My rectangle dot breadth is equal to 20 units. I am not telling centimeter millimeter. Then area is equal to my rect dot length into my rect dot breadth. Then I want to call this area system.out.println area is plus area. Clear? So once you have done up to this and the code you save it, then you need to compile this first time. Okay. How do you compile all the things? For compiling, just you go for a rectangle demo. Time number also you can check it. Rectangle demo Java C rectangle dot. So it is successfully compiled. Okay. Now we have to go for this Java rectangle demo. Java rectangle demo. Run it here. So 10 into 20. Length is equal to something 10 and the breadth is equal to 20. Maybe the reverse you can put length is equal to 20, breadth, whatever things you write, put it. So 10 into 20, it will be 200 square unit will be there. So area is equal to 200. Is it clear? Now you try to understand how you have done this program. So this class, if you see it here, this class declares an object. What is the object here? We created an object, my rect is the object of this rectangle class. What is the rectangle class? The rectangle class we created here. And what is the variables we already declared it here? In the class rectangle classes, we are creating object of that previous one, and there I want to calculate the area. Here in the object what you created, my rectangle dot length is equal to something, my rectangle, because object dot length, object dot breadth declared, then area is equal to this thing, the formula I have given it there, system out area. Is it clear? So then, now let us go for another program. I want to calculate whether a program is a prime number or not prime number. Another program we can take it here, main.java. Yeah, yeah. This is another way we can see here. So I declared a file name main.java, and also my class I declared first public class main. Then public static void main string arguments it is there. Then I put integer I put the variable any number is equal to 2. Then boolean flag is equal to false. I am putting it here. Then for integer I is equal to 2 and I less than equal to name by 2. Then and the for loop I am putting it here. Then what is the things? How do you calculate the number is prime or not? If it is divisible by itself, if it is divisible by itself, then only it is prime number. It is divisible by itself or divisible by 1. So it is prime number. Otherwise, it is not a prime number. Is it clear? Then how do you write that one? So now he is telling, uh, check it here. If that number what you declared, I put number equal to 2, or you put anything number is equal to 25, 27, whatever thing you put it. You put it something like that 27. 27 is not a prime. You put it 29, right? 29 will be a prime number because it has no factors. Now, for I is equal to 29, I declared for integer I and I initialized I is equal to 29 and I is less than number by 2. Well, all the things have gone it here. Now, what I need to do, first of all, I save it. Control S, save this program. Then, what is my file name? File name is main.java, right? So, I go for this main.java and I need to compile this one. Java C main.java. Okay, this compiled. Then Java is then run it here. Now you see, oh, number it is not saved till now. Okay, Control S. Okay, so anyway, that is also there. It will also not issue. It did not compile that one. First, I think main.class, which is already there. Delete. First, you delete this one. Yes, recycle bin. Then what I did it here, saved it. Then Java C main dot thing, whether it is created or not. Check it. First, if main dot class is created, is clear. Now try to run this program. Java main. It is showing 29. Oh, already it is given 2 and I am asking 29. Is good. So, sorry. Then just it is testing for 2. It's okay. So it doesn't matter. It only. Okay, you got it that you can get all things. Now we have seen two program. There is a mistake here. That's why it is showing. Now we go for one more program. Run one more program. Suppose we go for constructor. How to go for the constructor demo? Now you see, I have created a class. Class is constructor employee. Constructor emp. Okay, and the file name is constructor emp.java. Then public class constructor emp. Then I am declaring the variable employee id integer data type, employee name data type is string. Then I initialize. It's okay. User defined constructor executed during the. So this constructor is used to initialize all the value. Understand? Then eid is equal to 111 and e name employee name is equal to ggen. My name I put it there. Then void display system.out.println employee id which is equal to plus eid and system.out.println employee name which is equal to plus ename. So this is the after this plus what you are calling what is the value we assigned it here through the construction that I'm putting it here. Then public the main function start here public static void main string arguments here constructor emp. I am creating a new instance of that one constructor emp small e which is equal to new constructor emp. Then e dot display what it will display. It will display two things. What is that? Employee ID and also employee name. Let us run this program. So what is the file name? Constructor emp. So now let me compile this program first, then we'll run this program. So you go on compiling Java C constructor emp.java. Fine. So it compiled successfully. Then one more you go for Java constructor emp, right? So can you see the employee ID it is showing? You see here the employee ID is 111 and the employee name is also G Jana, right? Similarly, function overloading or the method overloading, whatever you say, because we don't have the operator overloading here in Java. I told you that. So we go for a demonstration of function overloading and display overloading. So I put the class name. What is the class name I've given? See display overloading. See here, file name is also display overloading dot java class display overloading. Then public void display character C. Then system dot outline print line C. And here public void display character C and integer numerator num system dot outline C. Here I am putting it there. Now I am putting a class sample. You try to understand because I am putting a class sample public static void main string arguments display overloading obj that I am putting display overloading here also display overloading obj. I am creating new object or new instance new display overloading then object dot display. So first I put for this a and object for display uh, number is equal to 10. Okay, try to understand two time I am using the method is display your function or method whatever you say display is used here once display is you will say is overloaded but it will have different because the parameters are different. Okay, so for these things let me run this or compile this program. What is the file name? Display overload. So java rectangle java odd even 9. Okay, if it is not there then we write it, there is no problem. java c java c space what is the file name? Display overloading dot java display overloading load overloading dot java. Okay, is it clear? So what is the file name? Java C first compile display name must be correct in dot java run it and it compiled successfully. Then I have run this program java space display overload overload. What is the name? Overload loading, right? Run this program. Error it is showing display overloading main method is not there. Hmm. Public. अच्छा अच्छा. Control S, display overloading class, delete. Okay. Then you compile it. Java C display overloading dot Java. Yes, a class is created. And now Java display overloading Java display correction is there. Okay. Anyway, some error showing, you will solve it. What issue? Now you got the basic idea how we can write small programs in Java and how we can run it. Okay. So this is the implementation part. Next class will implement other things. Now let us go back to our PPT where we can go for the array. Okay. So arrays are fundamental structures in Java that allows us to store multiple values of the same types in the, for example, I say uh, there is a class student, and for each student I want to enter attendance or I want to enter mark. Mm, for every student shall I initialize one variable, student 1, student 2, student 3, and assign values? Instead of what I do, because marks are similar type of things. Say suppose 6 subjects are there, for all the 6 subjects mark will be there for all the say 180 students. Say, so for example, computer science 180 students are there. For all 180 students against the registration number, CGP or marks to be displayed. So in that case, it will be easy for me to declare an array there and to do all the activities easily, right? So now what we do, arrays are fundamental structures in Java that allows us to store multiple values of the same type in a single variable. Variable is one. Instead of declaring so many variable, in a single variable, we can store multiple variables. They are useful for managing collection of data efficiently. So how efficiently we can collect the data? For that, we use the array. Remember this. Then how we declare, say something, what is the type? What is the type? Because it is integer or whatever things you put it. Type, then you put a array mark and array name. You put this the syntax. So instantiating an array in Java, how do you go for instantiating? That is the variable name, whatever you put it there, new type size. Now let us see. For example, I am putting, okay, you go to the next page. Say, for example, the type is, you look at this program. Okay, I delete this part. So look at this. How to declare an array here? The type is integer, and the name I put integer array. So this I declaring an array. Then how do we allocate memory to this array? Memory to this array with the array name integer array. So integer array which is equal to new integer 20. This array memory I have allocated 20. If you combine the above two statements, this one and this one, it can come in one sentence, that is int this array. I am putting it here. Name is integer array which is equal to new integer 20. So this is the memory of array, it is allocated. Then how do you declare array literals? So for this, what I do, so int array which is equal to new, that I am putting here. Here int, instead of putting 20, the array is there. Here I'm putting all these values 1, comma 2, comma 3 up to 10. I'm putting all these values. That means in a one dimension array, line numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 10. Okay. Then how to specify the array or how to display all the things? So using this for statement, for loop, for integer I is equal to 0, I less than array dot length and I plus plus, system dot out println elements at index plus I plus all things is equal to plus array. That means these are 0 index, you know. At 0, it will be 1, the value is equal to 1. And index 1, it will be 2. You see here, at 0 index, it is 1. At 1 index, it is 2. At 2 index, it is 3. So at ninth index, it is 10. Okay. So this is the things it is supposed to come. It's clear? So it is coming or not coming, we can take this program and we can run this program also. So here, I think till is not a complete program, but you see that you can see an array program here also. If you like you can see an array program I have written or not. Let me check. No, this is different thing. Okay, this program we have not written. So in our next class, we will try to implement a number of program in array, one dimension array, two dimension array, or multi-dimensional array. We'll write number of programs and we'll also implement all things. Till then, have a good day. Thank you for watching this video. And if you like this video, please do share and please subscribe these things so that all this new video can reach to you without any delay. Thank you. Thank you once again for watching this video.